Hey everyone, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can grow your LinkedIn audience and your LinkedIn connections with quality people, people that you know, people that are your potential clients, people that might be able to be your strategic partners either now or in the future. And one of the things that I just want to mention before I show you how to do this is that LinkedIn, and I'm recording this in January 2018, by the way, and LinkedIn is one of those channels that in the last year, in 2017, it's made so many changes and it's actually getting better and better. They're adding more features. They're actually spending a lot of time trying to find out what it is that people actually want from the social media channel. And more importantly, I've noticed and seen a trend where more and more people are not just having accounts on LinkedIn, but they're actually being active and using LinkedIn. So if you're not yet tapping into that potential, especially as an accountancy firm, most likely where you're looking to target other businesses and other business owners, LinkedIn is a very powerful social media channel for you to do that. But the first thing you need to do, as this video will explain, is grow your LinkedIn audience and grow your LinkedIn connections. And if you're wondering why you should be growing your LinkedIn connections and audience, it's simply because the more connections that you have, the more people that will be able to see the posts and the things and the articles and the content that you share on LinkedIn. And it doesn't just go out to your connections, it also goes out to the connections of your connections. So your second and third connections, the people that actually you might not know directly. If someone else, for example, that you're connected to likes or comments on one of your posts, people that they are connected to will also see that they've done that and they'll be able to see your content. So the more connections you have on LinkedIn, the higher the chances are you have to do this. So now that we've got that out of the way, how can we actually grow your connection? So the first thing I want you to do is go to your LinkedIn profile. So you can do that by going to linkedin.com, clicking on me, and then clicking on view profile. And then here it will tell you how many connections you have. So what you need to be aiming for is over 500 connections. So if you don't yet have that, it will say maybe 100, 200, whatever it is that you have. But you want to aim for over 500 connections. So even if you have 500 connections, you can still increase it. But if you don't yet have 500 or more connections, you definitely want to get to that number because that's really where you start to see the biggest traction. So once you've figured out how many connections you have at the moment, if you're above the 500 mark or not, you can go to My Network. And at the top here, there's the button for My Network, and it will actually tell you the exact number of connections that you have. And in order to grow your connections, the first thing that I recommend you do is you connect to people that you already know. So people that you've emailed in the past, people that are your clients, your potential clients, your leads. And the easiest way you can do that is once you've clicked on My Network, where it says on the left here that you can connect to people, connect to your contacts, just click on More Options. And by clicking on More Options, you'll see that LinkedIn allows you to connect your email account. So whether you're using Gmail or Outlook or whatever it is, you can connect your email account to LinkedIn. And what LinkedIn will do is it will look through your contact list, and anyone that you've emailed in the past or anyone that's in your contact list, you can then actually import them into LinkedIn. And it doesn't just add everyone, but once you do this, you'll be taken to the next page where you can actually pick and choose who from your contact list you want to add as a connection. So when you're doing this, I recommend you pretty much add almost everyone, anyone that you think will either be a potential client, anyone who is an existing client, or anyone that you think is connected to people that could be your potential clients. Even if that person isn't your direct client, they might know people that are your clients, so it's still a good idea to connect to them in that way. So I'm just going to click on continue to give you an example of what actually happens when you do that, just so you can see my screen. I think it just blocked a pop-up, so let me allow the pop-ups and refresh that. Okay, so I'm just going to click continue. So as you can see here, it's asking to connect to my email address. So I'm going to connect to that. And you would obviously do the same for your own email address. And then on the next page, as you can see here, it allows me to choose all of those that I want to connect to. So there's been a few new people that I have emailed or that I haven't connected to with yet. So you can see there's actually 1,493 people that I can connect to. So I can either select everyone, or I can actually deselect people and just select the ones that I want to add as a connection. So it might not be everyone, but what I would do is I would have a look and see who they are and connect to those that are going to be relevant. So you can do this in your own case. It's just a really easy way to connect to people by syncing your email contacts on LinkedIn. And this is a great way where just by doing this, it doesn't take very long, but you can quite quickly grow the amount of LinkedIn connections that you have. The other way that you can grow your LinkedIn connections is, if we go back to LinkedIn, is if you email people, you're in touch with people, or whatever you're doing, you can actually search in the search box for the person's name, and you can also connect to them that way. So that's another way that you can just quite easily connect to people. So I recommend that anyone that you speak to who's a potential client, for example, if you're sending over a proposal or something like that, stay connected to them on LinkedIn. It's just another really good touch point for them to see what you're doing and for them to build more trust in what it is that you do.